In this video, we'll be looking at these brand new Sony XM6 headphones. This is just the box that they come in. These are the color Midnight Blue, but there are several different color options, but we'll go ahead and get into the box here. So other than the user manuals, the only thing we have in the box here is the case itself, which of course contains the headphones and the accessories. So we can go ahead and open them up here. You can see that they do fold now, but we'll go ahead and get more into that in a second. But we have the headphones themselves, again in the Midnight Blue color. Then we have this aux cable in case you want to connect wired instead of wirelessly. And we also have a charging cable, which will be USB-C to USB-A. So again, these charge via USB-C. So we have a charging cable for charging up the headphones themselves. So right off the bat here, you can see one big improvement over the XM5s is that these do fold again. So in the previous generation, they kind of had to sit in the box like this, which meant the case was much bigger. These ones, of course, fold like this. So that's a super nice improvement right off the bat that you can see right away. So it's super nice how they sit in the case here. And again, just makes the case a lot smaller. Another improvement to the case is that it now closes magnetically rather than having to use a zipper. So it's a much more compact case, still a nice hard material, but it does close using that magnet, which is super nice. So much easier to open and close. As you can see, you just kind of put it like that. Let go, and it will close automatically using that magnet. So much more quiet, much more fast, and a big improvement over using a zipper. There are several physical improvements on the headphones themselves as well. So we do have the same kind of USB-C charging port on the bottom here, as well as the microphones, as you can see. But we do also have a bigger power button, so this is much more easy to push compared to the previous generation where they were kind of the same size buttons and the same feel and everything. So we have a button for the power, which we'll also use to put it into pairing mode. We'll have an aux input, of course, if you want to connect them wired, or if the battery dies and you want to use them still without noise cancelling. Then we do also have a button to switch between noise cancelling and ambient mode. So this button will allow you to turn off noise cancelling and then switch to this ambient mode, which kind of lets in noise from the outside. So if you want to have a conversation with someone or something like that, then it will use the microphones on the headphones themselves to allow you to have a conversation without cancelling out all that noise. On the subject of noise cancelling, the noise cancelling is much better than it was in previous generations. They do have 4 additional microphones all around the headset to just kind of improve the overall experience for noise cancelling. And they also used millions of AI voice samples to, again, just kind of work out some kinks with the noise cancelling. It was always kind of the best in the market, but it got even better on this generation. So noise cancelling is absolutely incredible. There's absolutely no worries there. So that's super nice right off the bat. You are going to have some of the best noise cancelling in the market, guaranteed, with this pair of headphones. Going back to the physical features, so as you can see, these also fold this way, which is super nice. So on the previous generation, again, you had to kind of set them on the table like this. They would also sit around your neck like this, but these ear cups do fold in, so they can sit flat on the table, which of course is much more comfortable to put them on the table, but also to wear them around your neck. So they kind of sit flat against your chest. So that's another nice physical improvement. We do have the same sort of flexibility in the previous generation, and you can of course adjust the headband by just pulling in and out here. That's all super easy, and they are very comfortable overall. We have a nice pretty padded headband at the top here, and then we do have these vegan leather ear cups on the side, so still a very nice comfort overall. They do get a tiny bit hot as the previous generations, but essentially any noise cancelling headphones are going to have that problem just because your ears are of course sealed inside of these. Comfort wise though, they are really incredible. You won't have any problems wearing them for hours on a long flight or anything. That's just given that they are very flexible, as you can see, completely adjustable, have nice padding, and they are very lightweight as well. So despite having tons of tech and great sound, they are very lightweight still, so you can really carry them around. And essentially feels like you're not even wearing them when they're on your head. We talked a little bit about the noise cancelling already, but the other nice part about these is that the sound quality is much improved as well. They have brand new drivers and a new chip that was developed for these headphones, so sound quality as well as noise cancelling are going to be absolutely incredible. You can use the mobile app to really customize both of those if you want to choose the amount of noise to filter out, or if you want to customize the sound profile fully to raise some certain things, to raise the highs or lows or treble, any of that. You can fully customize these to make them sound exactly how you want them to be. I have found that the bass is quite a bit punchier than the previous version as well, so that's super nice. I would say with noise cancelling headphones, that's usually the trade-off, is that you don't necessarily have the best audio quality, but these are a really good blend between both. So sound quality is still very good, much better than average headphones in general, and the fact that they have noise cancelling of this quality is absolutely incredible. So I would say these are pretty close to the perfect pair of travel headphones. A huge leap over the previous generation in terms of the sound quality as well as noise cancelling, but also the ability to lay them flat like this as well as put them in the carrying case, since they do fold up like this, is a big improvement over the previous generation where you had to only essentially have them like this and then have them sit in the case like this. It didn't fill up or anything like that, so this just in general makes them a lot more portable and a lot more useful to travel with, which is of course their primary use case. So definitely a huge upgrade over the previous generation. They look very good, they sound very good, and there's really not a lot I would improve. Another nice little thing that I didn't mention is that they do have some touch gestures in here as well. I would say it's a tiny bit gimmicky because it's just, I don't know, feels a bit weird. And it's kind of semi-easy to do on accident if you're reaching for the power button or something. So I would wish maybe to have a physical button here rather than relying on touch gestures. But it still works very well, and you can still turn up the volume and skip the music and do all that as you could in the previous generations. So overall, it's a very solid pair of headphones. It's a big upgrade even over some already incredible headphones, so they're very easy to recommend.